today we are going to be installing the armrest in our 2017 Subaru BRZ. Now you may have noticed I have actually already attempted to install this previously, and unfortunately it did not go as planned. I got this one off of eBay for cheap, and the cheapness definitely shows through, and I struggled with it tremendously and eventually just kind of wore off. So this time around, we're going to remove the center console and then put it in right. And yeah, so let's get to it. So to start removing this, it's very easy. The first thing I want to do is go ahead and take this little cover off right here. And you can just take a flat tip or possibly your fingernail and get it up like that. And yes, it is absolutely disgusting. But don't worry, we're going to be detailing this as soon as we're done. Once you do that, you'll see there's two bolts right here. You can use a Phillips on those as well. And then there's also going to be a couple more bolts right underneath this and up in here behind the start button. So let's go ahead and do that now. Now, to get this piece off, all you have to do is kind of grab like the little leather piece right here, kind of angle it up and give it like a little pop. Or if you don't want to do that, you can get a pry tool underneath here as well and do it that way, which is probably the best way to do it. But once you get it up like that, it's pretty simple, you know, if you don't want to risk tearing this, but it doesn't take a whole lot of pressure, and then you just kind of work your way back. Now, keep in mind there is a plug right here you will need to unclip. Super simple, just grab it. Let's see, where is it? Right there. And pull it down, or you can put a flat tip in there like this, push on it, and it should come out just as easy. Forgot to say, you will need to take the shifter knob off, so make sure you do that. Take the shifter knob off completely, and it just twists off just like this. Yours should twist off too, depending on how tight it is on there, but you should be able to get it, no problem. Once that's off, we can slide this up and over like that. Throw that to the side, and then next thing I want to do is on the sides here, on both sides, there is these little trim pieces right here. There's a little clip right there on the edge. Just kind of pull that, and it slides out like that. To give you an idea, that's where the clips are. And then same thing on the other side. Boom, just like that. Again, more clips. Then we're going to pull this out right here, and in order to do that, you're going to reach your hand in underneath the back right here, and you should feel, let's see if I can do it from this angle, you should feel like a little square knob. You just push that in and it comes out. Now I will say yours will have a connection right here, so when you pull this out, you just have to unclip it. Mine's not hooked up at the moment. Next thing is this piece right here. Same thing, just grab this right here, you know, kind of just get a grip on it as best you can. Give it a little tug like that. Undo those clips. Sorry about the whining, it will stop. And just like that, we've taken that out. So if you need to replace any of these parts, just know they're very easy to take off. Once you take that off, it will reveal the two Phillips on the front there. And then same thing, there's two Phillips right here that you'll need to take off. And then I believe that is pretty much everything. Now I will say you do have the e-brake here. This one's super easy to take off as well. You just pull up on the front and pull up on the back, and it comes off, but you won't need to take it completely off. Just like that's good enough. So go ahead and just undo those, and then it will slide out. And bam, just like that, it comes right out. You can just slide it up over everything and you're good to go. I just had to angle that just a little bit to get it out, but other than that, it came out no problem. Now, when it comes to putting this actually together, you have to break this apart into two pieces and then attach this top frame to the top of the center console. It's pretty easy once you kind of just get it apart and you start working on it. Now, the screws do go through the bottom like this and out to the top, and you're just going to apply a nut to the bottom of it with a washer to kind of just suck it down. So you can see I'm literally pushing the bolt through, applying the nut, and then tighten it down to keep it nice and tight against the center console. All right, so it is finally on and done right. So like I said, this is how we did it right here. You can see we put all the bolts in with proper hardware with washers on the underside to really hold this thing down, so no more sliding around. It fit in there really good. And again, if you are doing this for the first time, obviously you will have to drill out these holes into the actual center console piece right here itself, but I've already done that, so I kind of just skipped over that part. But again, super easy, just line it up and drill those holes, and then you can use this. Now the hardware we did use, we got this from Harbor Freight. We used these smaller ones right here, which didn't seem to have any issues, and again, some nuts and washers for it as well. Now we did leave this one out for a couple reasons. For one, the foam on the underside in here, I didn't want to break any more off than I already had to, and it's on there really sturdy. But two, this actual latch right here sometimes gets a little stuck, and so the way to fix that is you have to loosen up this bolt right here. And again, if I had this on there, it would have made it a little bit tighter. Once you do, you shouldn't have any issues with that going down just like that. So definitely something to keep in mind, but let's go and get it back in the car now and see how it looks. All right, so we've got it pushed back in. Now we just need to reverse what we did. We put all the bolts back in and we should be good to go. All right, well, that is it, guys. We got it in. No issues at all. That was a really easy install in my opinion. Like I said, we had tried it previously, but we had to go and get some actual hardware to mount it underneath because those little things that came with it just were not strong enough. So now you can see this thing is not moving, no more sliding around or anything like that, and we were able to get it to actually close and function properly. So no issues at all. Now I will say the only thing with this one, because it is a cheaper one, this little lock mechanism, yes, it does lock, but I can rip it open like that. But generally with it down like that, no problem at all. I mean, your arm's going to be on it anyways, and honestly, it might be a bonus being able to just lift this thing. Oh, okay, well, it's pretty locked on there now, but I was gonna say, it might be a bonus being able to just kind of pop this thing off without having to push the lock, but for some reason, car parts, baby, they just randomly decided to do their own thing, because now it's actually locking pretty good. So either way, I'd call it a success. So if you've been wanting to do this, hopefully this gives you an idea what you can expect. Like I said, this was just a cheap eBay one. I know, like, a lot of the name brand websites out there like Subi Speed and FT86 and all that have more expensive ones, but if you're wanting to kind of up it a little bit without having to drop too much on it, I think this is still a great option. So as long as you do it right, it can work great. So if you guys did like this video, make sure you go down in the comments, tell me what I did wrong, what I could have done better, and also while you're down there, slap the like button. And if you guys could help me go ahead and subscribe and help me grow this channel, because we are trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, and right now we're a little over 500, so it would really mean a lot to me. But other than that, I will catch you guys on the next one.